Welcome to my Love Engineering channel. In today we are going to discuss elaborately on the magnetic circuits. In the previous lecture we have seen the basic definitions of magnetic circuits in the history of magnetism. Today we are going to see the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. The Michael Faraday in the year of 1831 was discovered independently an electromagnetic induction concept. This is a concept, the basic fundamental implemented in all the electrostatic machines and the stationary machines. The electrostationary machines or stationary machines, the example is a transformer, and the rotating machines we are giving on the generators and motors and many types of solenoids. In this experiment, the Faraday takes a magnet on the coil and connects a galvanometer across the coil. At the starting, the magnet does the rest, so there is no deflection in the galvanometer, that is the needle of the galvanometer is zero position. When he is moving the magnet away from the coil, he finds a negative deflection. When moving the magnet nearer to the coil, he finds the positive deflection. So he immediately noticed that the faster change in the magnetic field, the greater will be the induced EMF or the voltage across the coil. And he proposed the two laws. In the first law, whenever a conductor is placed in a changing magnetic field or varying magnetic field, an electromotive force is induced. If the circuit is closed, the current induced is called an induced current. If you want to change the magnetic field, there are four ways of changing the magnetic field. By moving the magnet towards or away from the coil, or moving the coil into and out of the magnetic field. The other two ways are by changing the area of the coil placed in the magnetic field, or by rotating the coil relative to the magnet. That is, your magnetic field is kept stationary and coil is rotated. This concept is implemented in the DC generator. In the second law, the induced EMF in the coil is equal to rate of change of flux linkage, that is E equal to minus d phi by dt, and EMF is said to be induced when the flux is linking with the conductor or coil change. Either the conductor changes or the coil changes, the change in flux can be obtained. How the change in flux can be obtained in the two methods? One is a statically induced EMF and another one method is called a dynamically induced EMF. As the name says, the statically is a stationary. It seems that the magnet or the coil is kept stationary and flux linking by the coil by its own coil. That is, the changes in flux linking with the coil takes place without moving the conductor or field system. The change in flux are produced by the field system linking with the coil by changing the electric current in the field system. They are first divided into a self-induced EMF or mutual induced EMF. As the name, the self-induced EMF is an EMF which is induced in the coil due to the change of flux produced linking with the own turns. That is, the own coil is responsible for creating change in flux. Mutual induced EMF is an induced EMF takes place due to the change of flux produced by another coil linking it. In the self-induced EMF, you see a circuit, you see a diagram is showing a conductor wounded with n number of turns, and the conductor is given by a battery source as a resistance is connected in the series. As we all know, when a current is flowing through a conductor, a magnetic field will be created. If you want to make the magnetic field or magnetic flux to change, I can change the value of resistance. By changing the value of the resistance, the current flowing through the conductor changes automatically and an EMF is induced as per Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Now, the direction of induced EMF is always opposes the own cause, which it opposes the own cause. That is, it opposes the change of current in the coil. This effect is known as the Lenz law. As we all know, the E is directly proportional to rate of change of flux. Here the flux change depends on the current. So I am writing in the equation E is directly proportional to di by dt. The I is the rate of change of current that is due to the change in the value of resistance. To remove the constants of proportionality, I am making an L. The L is the self-inductance of the coil. Now coming to the mutual induced EMF, if you take a conductor term A and B, the conductor has a two coil. The coil A, that is that has a n1 number of turns, and coil B has a n2 number of turns. The coil B is connected across the galvanometer and the coil A is connected to the battery source and a resistance. Now if the current is flowing through the coil, as a fundamental concept, we all know a magnetic flux will be created. This flux will link with the neighboring coil, that is coil B. Now, if you want to change the direction of current, I can change the value of resistance. So once the value of resistance is changed, once the value of resistance is changed, the current flowing through the A will changes, and this deflection will be known by the galvanometer. This concept is called a mutual inductance, that is the flux linking from the neighboring coil to the neighboring coil. Now I can say the mutually induced EMF is directly proportional to rate of current. Here the rate of current is only due to the current I1, that is due to the current flowing through the coil A. So to remove the constraints of proportionality, I am taking a EM is equal to M di1 by dt, that is the rate of change of current A is directly proportional to the magnitude of mutually induced EMF, and M is the constant of proportionality. Coming to the next part of the dynamically induced EMF, as the name says, the dynamic means the motion. Either my magnetic field is kept stationary or my coil is moving, or my coil is kept stationary, my magnetic field is moving. Now you consider it as a diagram. In the diagram I have the magnetic field. Here the magnetic field is kept stationary, so the magnetic lines of force will be from north pole to south pole. I am taking a conductor A of length L, which is kept in the magnetic field. At the initial position, when the conductor is moving along with the magnetic field, there will not be any flow of current, there will not be any EMF induced in the conductor. Now I am moving the conductor perpendicular, that is a 90 degree to the magnetic field. I found the volt and the EMF is induced in the conductor. Consider that I said this is consider the conductor of length is placed in a uniform magnetic field in the flux density. The distance moved is given by, that is an area. The area moved by the conductor is L into V, where L is the length of the conductor and V is the velocity taken by the conductor. What is the flux cut by the second? The flux density into area. So I can write flux density is BLV. So the rate of change of flux is equal to the induced EMF, that is equal to BLV. Now if the conductor makes an angle of theta with respect to the magnetic field, the value of EMF induced is equal to BLV sin theta. If you have any doubts on the content, you can comment me on the comment box. Like my videos, share my videos and subscribe my channel to receive the notification of my daily updates of my video. Press the bell icon. Thank you.